Hi everyone, and welcome back. And here's my hologram to my portal of ascension, of consciousness expansion, and how slowly but surely, right, we're liberating ourselves, and we're exiting here the matrix. We're creating new platforms for the new earth. Um, for the new earth paradigm, 5D paradigm, right? It's just walking those energies of 5D, so that's why I'm creating these videos, and this is what my channel is pretty much all about. It's finding peace within ourselves, and peace that passes all understanding, and really tapping into that freedom or kingdom that is within that sacred chamber of the heart. So doing the inner work, transformational work, is a must, especially here in these challenging and difficult times. Why for me meditation extremely important? Because that's how we calm down, right? We're frequency vibration, so that's how we get more on to that alpha brain waves, or even theta brain waves, and then we're there in the world, the violet flame in action, making a difference energetically, right? Opening people's hearts, or transforming these energies that are around us, or around certain individuals, or around that situation. So we're transformational healers. I'm also tantric practitioner. My background is yoga, Ayurveda, just kind of Ayurvedic cooking or diet, Ayurvedic healing techniques. So, and that's what I also want to bring to military, to my soul group veterans, Marines who then ended up being drafted in those black projects. Those are military covered operations, and they were encountering this whole agenda of those native aliens, the ETs, extraterrestrials, guys, and the native aliens. This is what we are tapping into, and why this is so very important in the disclosure family, and also why is it so important to liberate this planet from those negative forces, because we're dealing with ancient alien races, and of course also we star seeds, right? We came from the future, and we're resurrecting the ancient wisdom of the Christos Essene lineages, right? The true those are the that's the true hologram, a divine blueprint of the angelic divine luminous race. And so we are tapping also in many timelines and dimensions. We are multidimensional beings, and just trying to bring everything right here, right now, right in this physical dimension, in this timeline, right? That also requires lots of skills and navigational kind of tools, right? As we are riding the waves of ascension, how we are kind of on that crystal spiral, okay? Energetically, right? We're raising our consciousness, and of course we are even a light body. I mean, our bodies, right? Light bodies are getting more and more strong. Our physical bodies, I mean, they're getting stronger in that physical, not physical, in that etheric plane here in this physical body. So we are much more attuned to what is, to energies, right? And that's to me how we make difference, and how we're liberating ourselves from that 3D ego, all this negativity, all these proxy wars with proxy Israel, the agenda of those negative aliens, their digital reset, and all this depopulation and kind of eugenics and dehumanization. It is transhumanism, transgenderism, the Nazism 4.0. So all the terms you can find on Ascension Glossary, energetic synthesis. I've been talking about it for a long time, and there was this video from Farside Institute, okay, how it is for the disclosure, how the process of moving forward is to understand the agenda of those negative aliens, and then there are good ETs helping us here with this liberation, with the ascension, with the cleanup, with the disclosure, and we're exposing the wrongdoings. For me, it's the military sector, okay? the whole kind of recruitment thing, and the whole kind of Men in Black. So all this mind control, the mind control, right? All these psyops, okay, the silent weapons, how they're controlling our brain waves, they're targeting us, electronic harassment, how they're targeting us, and constantly, they're negatively polarizing us, and but the time is over. We are going through a huge big shift here, and those again who've done the homework, right, the inner work is part of it. It's huge. That's why I do strongly believe in meditation, coming down, going into that alpha, theta, in even gamma rays frequencies. It's all available and accessible right here, right now. It's all about tuning in. And also resurrecting your also AD. So this is for more the starseeds, the indigo warriors, right? So this is accessible. So the cosmic energies, they're coming here online. We're embodying them here in the still physical plane, in this physical body. And so that's why we can really expose the darkness from A to Z, not only on that human level and visible level, but also the non-human invisible level, right? And here, we are integrating the anti-particle world or particle chakras with the particle world, particle chakras here in our sacred heart. And also that's where the threefold flame is also reside, right? That's already Rishi consciousness. That's actually, this is the your also etheric technology. This is the energies of the divine creation of the Solo Christos dragons, okay, or the Christos founder races, the divine architects. So this is kind of what we carry, these energies, being the column of light shining bright, right, connecting to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and bringing the energies from God's world creation here online, okay? So, and again, it's a process. We are like the energy holders, and for the highest ascension timeline, and we want to embody the energies of our highest self. And of course, we are serving the law of one, and we're doing the best, and we're also bringing the divine order here, because even the law, especially of the echelon of the cabal, of those controlling groups, the controllers, they even reverse the law. And they what happened, they reversed us, they unplugged us from etheric DNA, so-called junk DNA, and humanity were kind of stranded here, left alone with only 2 strands of DNA, and kind of kept in darkness. And but at the same time, there have been lots of situations when humanity allowed this darkness to penetrate really deep and in a very intense way. So it's time to be responsible, and also time to also instead of pointing fingers, we have to understand that change happens from within. And we came here to master ourselves, learn our lessons, master our energies, master those lessons here. The earth and everything is like a platform for us to finally learn our lessons, dismantle that ego, right, that the reptilian consciousness, and be who we truly are, remembering our true divine essence, who we are. Whether it's the angelic, divine, luminous, beings, or here we're the starseeds, the volunteer souls here, helping even Mother Earth with the Ascension. We heard the call, and that's why we are here. And kind of letting those negative aliens let them know that their time is over, and they just we have a protocol for them, we have a platform for them. I deal with the fallen angelics, right, the hybrid Anunnaki races, also with the Draco, the Draconians, of the negative faction, who highly advanced technologically, but they they also separate themselves from God, from source. And they're kind of portraying themselves as they're the gods, because they have the high tech and this whole AI, right? But The truth is that God is within you, and God is God. Source is all source. Love conquers all, right? Love is everything, and most of those negative, the negative aliens, right? Those reptilians, the Dracos, the fallen angelics, even some of the Zetas or Gray, and so on. They don't know how to sustain their energies. They don't know how to be inner sustained, inner directed. So they need humans as their batteries to kind of keep us here in the prison planet, and for their false matrix, for the phantom matrix, keep us in extremely low frequency vibration, so they can harvest the energy. They're harvesting the light of our soul. They're harvesting also the light from also in that cellular structure, cellular matrix, right? For the light from our cells. And so that needs to be stopped. This needs to be addressed, right? That's why we are bringing everything into divine justice, and we are implementing the Galactic Codex. On my website Yana-Yoga.com, I have the Credo for the New Earth jurisdiction. I have also a platform that's the project for DARPA, for veterans, for MC, the Marines, and like I said, who then ended up just being extremely abused, violated under the military-industrial complex, extraterrestrial complex, and under DARPA. We're dealing with those are the fallen angelics, right, or the hybrid Anunnaki merged with the extremely vicious draconian Drax races, and under the Dracon of Draconium terrorism. And then that's what been kind of also implemented and what been practiced in the military sector, including Luciferianism and Satanism, right? This whole demonist, Kabbalistic demonology, right? And how some of extremely highly advanced souls in the military then ended up like I said, doing criminal activities, and they were drafted to these terroristic organizations, and of course the planetary corporations like Hydra, Octopus, and so on. So yeah, we're guys, we've been here actually dealing with galactic wars. This now it's all transpiring, right? Visible, invisible plane, and people opening, right, to these dimensions. The astral plane here needs to be mastered. The 4D here needs to be mastered in order for us to be physically in the 5D. So many people, and even young generation, they're dropping their bodies if their contract is gone, or they were part of that experimentation, or now I was looking or watching some of on YouTube channel, these sex extortation, like those young the young generation, teenagers or kids, are being exploded, right, sexually through Snapchat. And so Snapchat and now Instagram is part of it. And there is another app for I know there was the MySpace, and for another like a space for teenagers, right? And it's all run by it's for mind control. It's to trap their consciousness in extremely dark places. And so many of these children are committing suicide because they don't know what to do. They're stuck in extremely low frequency in that fear-based consciousness, and some parents are not even aware of it. And so all these things are happening for parents to finally wake up and be the voices for other parents, so they can save or help their children from all this mind control, the agenda of those negative aliens, the archonic deception strategy. And understanding the energies, guys, is a must, because we're energy, sound, light, frequency. We're energy. We're sound, light, frequency, vibration, right? This law of vibration, that's what I'm working on. I'll be posting on Ko-Fi very soon. You can check it out, and of course all the links are in the description box. Just kind of summary what we've been going through, what is happening. This is my platform, and my project here. This is what I've been working on, and what I've been going through, and pretty much exposing things, and everything. Those are my experiences, or information based on direct experiences, how introducing yoga to military, and how then they were negatively polarizing me on the my lab, military abductions happening, right? I didn't know anything about this stuff about aliens, UFO, and then of course treaties with Zetas in 1950s, and even before that in 1930s, and then the whole project paperclip apocalypse, all these Nazi, scientists and, Gestapo, that kind of faction coming over here to United States and infiltrated the entire infrastructure. How come that was not available in a mainstream media? Well, I mean, energetically, yes. I mean, I was surrounded by people actually who told me back in 2002, don't even look at the politics, it's so dirty and so dark and it's demonic. And so I understand that at the same time I was living around individuals who were very intensely in that 3D matrix. If you're high position, if you're MD, or if you're a military officer, right? So it's just we've been here all in dichotomy and duality, negatively polarized. So we need to again bring ourselves back into our heart, into the center, into that 0 point, divine neutrality, God matrix, the source of our genesis. And we have to do the inner work, the transformational work, right? It doesn't matter if you get your recipes or you got your ingredients, but if you don't start really putting ingredients together, and also you have to have measurements, right? The measurements for baking or for cooking and so on. But if you're not turning on that stove or turning that oven on, and then putting that how you call it, the battery, that dough into the oven, you cannot have your cake, you cannot have your cookies, you cannot have your meal. So the action, the inner work, to me is extremely important. The action, the frequency, vibration here for those starseeds who work etherically on that energy level, because we've been so invaded, infiltrated, and especially in the military, all these CCP jabs, right, from Mars, and with all these snake venoms there, those are bioweapons. And then they have satellites, and they have us here, a Draco, Nazi kind of Federation spacecraft, the Dark Fleet, right? And then harassing us, I mean, targeting us to that silent weapons and directed energy weapons, psychotronic weapons, and so on. And what in the world, right? I got so frustrated, I got so angry at all these things. How come, right? And we are here in this physical plane, or trying to heal ourselves, or get our job, get some money so I can pay my rent, while the cabal, right, the Illuminati, some of them now good cabal, so the conscious Illuminati, this is what I'm now addressing, all these issues, so we can kind of get together, right? We have to meet halfway somehow under the law of one, right? The Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant, and do our best, start correcting these things, turn everything right side up, and make this world a better place. So I work with the elite actually, because that's my bloodline, whether it's the Luciferian bloodline or the Nephilim bloodline, right? The monarchy or the hierarchy, the royalty that has been hybridized by the masturbator races, the Leviathan, or the Luciferians, the Thothians, and the Hyksos, and so on, right? And that's even that Bible, that black book, so-called the Bible, that's actually, they understand that Bible much better, because that's their history, that's Anunnaki's history. It's nothing to do really with the true angelic divine luminous race. For that you would have to study yoga, you have to really start doing meditation, martial art, and diving deep within that sacred chamber, within that heart, sacred heart. There's an altar you can go each and every day, connecting to the divine spark of God's creation. It's a must to embody the soul, that soul level that's already here, 4, 5, 5, 6 dimension. And here we're embodying our galactic self, which is the 7, 8, and 9 dimension. And of course my mission is also the cosmic energies and the Rishi consciousness. So it's 12D plus 3, right? The 13, 14, and 15 dimension, that we're in this 15D universal time matrix. So we can finally override the AI of those negative aliens, guys. So, and again, I talk holographically, I talk differently. You have to understand energies, you have to feel the frequency vibration here. Even though you don't understand, you're being activated. You are being also what's the word for it, whatever is not serving you, right? We're also transformers, we're transmuting energies. and you can just tune into the voice. You can do some sound bath healing, or do some chanting japa mantra meditation, where I bring the divine energies of Holy Mother here online. Okay, very important, so the divine masculine, or the masculine energy, can be resurrected, especially in the military, because those guys being desecrated. The satanic ritual abuses, the satanism in the military is nothing new under the sun. And so we finally, right, stopping that cycle. Those who come from kind of the troubled kind of families, right, where souls being or the generation after generation, where the soul never had a chance to really know itself and heal the trauma, the trauma-based mind control. That's what we are dealing with. And of course the satanism, right, the sodomy, right. We need to now, with the Kundalini rising, the Holy Mother, and with the yoga, Kundalini yoga or tantric yoga, we have to heal ourselves from that perversion, from that depravity, and all these sex games in the military, all these military games. And it's just like, what is this all about, right? The civilians and the military, they need to somehow also come in a middle, because it's just like I said, I would draft you to some different country, and telling you to speak that language, and not giving you instruction, not giving you textbook, not introducing you to that culture, right, of those individuals. This is what happened, right? You're introducing yoga and so on. Well, let's communicate. This is kind of my project. I'm trying to talk about it, and I just got slammed, backlash, and all these Psyops, this whole Man in Black, and what in the world, what is this all about? Please introduce yourself, right? You can't even express it here in a militarily. I mean, that's why I talk to them telepathically. Plus with my labs, you get all these chips, nanobots. I had cameras in my third eye, my Broca area, Wernicke area. Let me see, the radio frequency, radio waves. So what happened to me with all these MyLabs, you get remote neural monitoring with electronic implants. They tell you to go there. You have a handler, they assign you to a certain handler. And it's just like, what is this all about? You're my soul group, you're highly advanced souls, and you're behaving in a very sadistic, evil, narcissistic, psychopathic way. What happened to you? You're supposed to be a spiritual warrior. You're supposed to be the defender of truth and divine justice. You have a DNA of Melchizedek, or you have that soul lineage of Melchizedek order. You have soul lineage of Soul of Christ, Archangel Michael, and your energy, your aura is dirty, filthy, you're possessed, you're contaminated, you're digressed, you're hooked to some black box programming. What the bleep is this all about? Who is doing this, right? This is stopping right here, right now, and we're exposing everything from A to Z 100%, okay? This is enough. We read energies. And enough is enough. We have a platform, whether it's the DARPA, right, for the cabal, those who are choosing whether Ascension, choosing the rehabilitation, because some of these alien races, you either you either rehab, or there's a second death, going back to source through implosion. The same thing for humanity. There's a huge big bifurcation of consciousness. You're ascending, right, through 4D. You're working on yourself, so you embody your 5D, or already here you'll be in that kind of low 4Ds, 3D planet. It's all happening right here, right now, with this 15-minute smart cities and so on. So that's where those who are either they didn't chose the transition, who kind of wanted the AI, they want to be overtaken by AI, people who either procrastinating their higher self, their spirituality, right? That's already been pretty much decided. And it is what it is. I mean, definitely, like, cosmically and globally, planetarily, we are ascending, right? And so there are going to be ways of ascension and kind of, again, exploration of consciousness. So many people, humanity needs to be re-educated, and those guys in the military, they need to be deprogrammed, and also they need to be rehabilitated, so they can finally feel the flow of their soul, of their energies, of their prana, chi, kundalini. They can finally reconnect with their soul, because there is a technology that disconnects us from who we truly are. It's run through AI, through satellites, and extremely, it's drastic. This black, those black operation with this black queen kind of thing. I mean, we know you, we see you. The thing is, because I was so heavily implanted, and I was so heavily, harassed, and all this, horrible trauma, and kind of projecting evilness, and they were superimposing their karma upon me, so making me evil person, right? And of course, I volunteered for all that. Somebody had to end that cycle, and we're training dark arts. So okay, this is what I'm dealing with, jumping deep here into this black goo and deciphering everything, and analyzing everything, and what in the world, and healing and transforming everything. That's okay, but at the same time, law is law, and their time is up. So, and so with this remote neural monitoring, the technology employs satellite delivered extremely low frequencies to communicate voice to skull transmissions for electronic harassment, terrorism, or mind control purposes. This produces delusional or schizophrenic related symptoms. That's why through these electronic implants, they take, you gotta go to psychiatric institution, and then that's where it diagnosed you with schizophrenia, but it was all done electronically, right? And so this schizophrenic related symptoms, such as hearing voices, we channel voices. So not only, of course, I was having messages from like cosmic solar Christos races, right, cosmic dragons such as Sai Baba, Mahatar, Babaji, but of course I was constantly, there was an interference through the skull and voice technology, through satellites, the DARPA, right, and constantly telling me who am I not. They want your brain. They're scanning your brain. They're mapping your brain. They know your DNA. That's how advanced they are. And so the extremely low frequency radio signals are used to communicate with naval submarines deep below the ocean surface. These frequencies can pinpoint a target, so they know who I am target anywhere on Earth, and it can penetrate water, rock, concrete, and other dense matter. The brain is composed of neurons, which is like wires, and is powered by low electrical currents. Much like insects communicate with non-contact antenna, humans can communicate with radio transceivers, right? So the intracorporeal communication, right? Like walking AI for them, and they want to create cyborg or robot out of me, out of yogini. Now we're again going back to yoga, going back to basics, going back to nature. We're going back to God, and we're serving the light divine, and we're following the law of one, period. And we're implementing the Galactic Codex here, period. All these corrections are happening right here, right now, period. This is what is happening right here, right now. So each person has a unique genetic code, DNA. Each of us, each of has our distinct radio frequencies. Find the frequencies, and tarot technician, what is it? Each person has a unique DNA. So yeah, find the frequencies, and a tarot technician, such as those operatives they're employed by CIA's Project MK Ultra. So this is what I ended up. Some kind of tarot technicians, right? Operatives employed by CIA Project MK Ultra can communicate directly into the brain. They can communicate directly into the brain through MyLabs. Remote neural monitoring is used to control MyLabs, those who were abducted by military, SSP, right? DARPA, the corporations, Moon, Mars, the lunar forces, even Saturn, okay? Or those recruited to work covert military operations. Well, this is all, I'm going to now divine justice, all this, their sonic weapons, and, their radio frequency, microwave lasers, or what is it, the Macer technology, CRISPR technology, that's the gene editing technology, the skull to voice, or V2K, voice to skull, and the MC, I'm talking the MC, the skull and voice, the cabal, and the my cell group who have Nazi DNA. I'm a Nazi, I'm actually Pedian Nazi, a lineage and so on. That's my soul family. So you can imagine, that's the power elite, right? That's the cabal, the Illuminati. But also my DNA comes from the Draco reptilians, and they turn into the whole sorcery kind of the sorcerers, black magicians, those really dark wizards, warlocks. So this is the DNA that I represent. It's horror, terror. It's extremely drastic. It's demonic. It's evil. Okay, it's brutal. So we are, of course, recognizing all that, accepting, right? Acceptance is very important on a spiritual path, right? And healing ourselves on all levels: physical, emotional, especially emotional, the soul energy. Your solar plexus. Ram ram ram, sita ram, sitam ram ram ram, sita ram. So very important. And of course your heart, right? Yam yam hum and om. So the sound bath healing, so very important. So you can free yourself from lam, bum, ram, right? That's lum, that's your first chakra, right? Those guys in the military, they're disconnected from Earth. Look at all this pollution, right? They're disconnected from this planet, from Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and of course all this sexual, drama, sex games, the sexual energy, the orange, right? Turning into now gold, right? And transforming these energies, right? Through violet flame invocation. I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires, okay? I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone above. So that's already your 7D. That's why we talk about the violet flame, guys. So you can really heal your particle chakras and embody the planetary logos, heal yourself from all these crucifixion implants, because like I said, they load you with all kinds of chips and implants. Oh, they're so invisible. They think for us, the astral plane is extremely visible, is extremely palpable. The low astral, the 4D, for us, it's very physical. For some people that don't see it. For us, for me, this is kind of very extremely physical, right? So in order for us to override it, we have to go to extremely high levels in that etheric plane, right? And embody the cosmic energies to just to kind of release and heal ourselves from these alien implants and the psychotronic weapons and all this harassment. And I was talking about the remote neural monitoring, right? This all going to divine justice, the whole radio waves, how they're misusing the technology, the spectrum of frequency in the electromagnetic wave spectrum. You can Google everything on Ascension glossary is available. The mind control via EMF. So that those they use electronic microchips, implants, nanotechnology, microwaves, electromagnetic waves to subvert the individual sense of control over their own thinking, behavior, and emotions, right? Or decision making by attacking the brain and nervous system. So my brain was electrocuted, right? This is what they do. These, grays who work for Cabal, right? I think they were 12 grays or Zetas, right? Just totally blowing up my brain. Totally shattered my 8 chakra, 8D, right? That's the permanent seed atom. They want to make you dark and black. And they wanted to make me black magician or sorcerer or the warlock or something like that, because I am programmed for that, right? I am primed for that because that's my DNA. We've been so hybridized, it's like the Christos as in Templars hybridized, right? With the this kind of satanic lineage, the Luciferian with the reptilian. So it's like, but I'm going back to also my roots, right? Whether it's the Czech or the Slavic, Slavic nation, right? the Rosicrucians, that's the red rose or the red shield, this very powerful, secret society of that, like the red rose, of the Pleiadians, of the Rosicrucians, of the true masters of energies, the ascended master, true ascended masters, right? Not like the black magicians. They come, steal the DNA, right? That they might control you, they rape you, siphon sexual energies, and then they are pretending that they are the ascended masters. But if you do yoga, right, you cannot make a robot out of yogini, solar rishi consciousness, right? And that's where they need to stop, and that's why they were arrested. We're arresting them, or they were ejected. The time is up. What they're doing, what you're doing is just totally against the law, running the law of reversals. The OTO, they had the Nazi secret societies, the Bohemian Grove, and even their Masonic Bible. And what else? I mean, this is not this is part of course, expansion of consciousness, but holistic healing, chanting, drumming, really deep, some shamanic work here. It's a must. Cleansing, clearing, purification is a must. Fasting, distill water, like in church, right? You go to Catholic church and they're talking about Jesus, which is not even his true name, it's Yahshua, and then they're drinking Coca-Cola and hot dog and burger and doing cookout and football and tailgating and all this kind of stuff. And you have to protect country through Second Amendment, having guns in your pockets all the time, because it's almost everybody's enemy, right? And you have to shoot these people in order to restore peace. This is not Yahshua's teachings. It has nothing to do with Yahshua. It's very distorted, distorted consciousness. It's a very in dichotomy. Is very bipolar. Okay, and you cannot really mix. You cannot mix truth with lies. Right? Lies needs to be embraced, see for what it is. And through that inner work, transformational work, slowly and surely can be integrated back into the light divine, right? And again, we talk about also the divine feminine with the divine masculine. Those both energies are within you. Even though I'm female, I have extremely powerful masculine energies. Right? Even though I'm I look like 12 or 13 years old, I read energies. I'm not really good with the physical world, like in the military. I would not be practical for this whole physical stuff, but mentally and energetically, right? I understand the energies, and because the Cabal, that's my soul lineage, the kind of the hybrid Anunnaki Nazi Pleiadian faction, right? We read things, we were very telepathic, and we're very different. And it's like, I do have the Saturnian also. That's what it is. I have like the, Christos lineages kind of mixed, with this whole, unfortunately, the kind of Saturnian hologram of that inversion, right, of the draconian kind of terrorism. So it took me a while to like understand what in the world is happening, what this is all about. Oh, this is my assignment, this is my mission, this is what I came here to do. What in the world, right? So it's been pretty tough, but yoga is yoga. The solar rishis from the Himalayan mountains, they are here helping us, right? Padmasambhava, Mathara Babaji, like I said, even Zoroaster, the Saturn, right? The Saturn energies, right? The true Zoroastrianism, the true Ahura Mazda, it's all been infiltrated as well. The true Jewish Mystica, it's all been infiltrated. So in order to differentiate these things, not only like reading and research, that's great. But if you're not allowing, right, to really sink through, and if you're not doing the energy hygiene and, fasting and some cleansing techniques, and if you're not on a diet, it's not going to really sink in a proper way. It's not going to be that knowledge is not going to be integrated in a kind of pristine way, with perfection, because we are physical, emotional, emotional, mental, spiritual beings. So you have to you pretty much you have to grow energetically on all levels and dimensions, and all stations of identities. Here is a must. There was something else I wanted to add to this kind of, it's a process, all this distortion in consciousness, all the, okay, I have also very connection to Sirius, connection, this came here through the Sirius portal. Those are the indigo races, actually the aura theme, we're like the, we are like the parents or of those indigo races, right? And so I know also like I'm the hybrid Anunnaki, the Nibiru used to be actually a planet of heaven before it fell in grace, right? This whole explosion of Lara, 12D, Armathena, millions of years ago, because of the galactic wars, the Dracos coming in from out of nowhere and wanting to overtake and just kind of be better than the human race. And it happened there where the Anunnaki, you know, the Elohim didn't like the Dracos, right? And the reptilian got stuck in between all these wars, and that's why all these stargates exploded, and even the stargate to Andromeda. So now all these portals and stargates being restored, and that's why, oh my goodness, the ascension is here. It's happening on all levels, dimensions, even on that cosmic level, galactic level, and so on, guys. So a huge big shift in energy, in consciousness. It's unbelievable. And then, you know, we are co-creators with the divine. So what are we co-creating? What are we creating? What are we transmitting? What are we emitting, right? With the Emerald Order, we are divine co-creators under the law of one with free will. So again, understanding the law, the natural laws, and I'll be again posting more stuff on Ko-Fi. So, you know, education is great, but again, the breath work, going to nature, contemplation, writing things down. I have the entire Guardian Ascension protocol, and for us the 12D shielding, right? That's how you build the boundaries, and that's how you're detecting and the electronic harassment and what in the world, and you're holding the frequency vibration and asking for help, right? The solar Rishi, please can you detect them, right? Because that needs to stop. I have a project for those fallen ones, and like I said, we were dealing with the Elohim, then Elohim, Anunnaki. So I have that Pleiadian kind of serious energies, the Saturnian energies as well in me, and what else? And then of course, well, the devotion, dedication to the soul Rishis, that's for sure. And yeah, so it's for us very important to heal ourselves, heal on that, you know, DNA level, and heal the ancestral lineages. Oh my goodness, with all this black magic and all this horrible witchcrafting. But remember, there's also white magic, and there are good witches, right? So again, understand that we've been here in duality. So are you serving the light divine? Are you raising your frequency vibration, expanding your consciousness, dismantling your ego, so you can reconnect with your higher self, with your soul, with your oversoul, and be the column of light shining bright and helping others to heal and to expand and to grow, and you know, to finally also understand your place here on this planet, to know your puzzle piece and know your role that you came here to play. Here it's you know, it's challenging, but we came here to master ourselves, be the masters of our life, of our energies, right? And embody the full power of our heart, of our soul, of our oversoul, become the Christos avatar selves. Because in military, those guys have been souls, you know, in that, with that black goo, low vibes, and they become digital avatars, walking AI on the battlefield, involving horrible crimes, right? And it's without their informed consent. All this direct programming, this mind control, right? And they're involved in pedophilia, child sex trafficking, and drug running, gun running, because they themselves, so-called their initiation, the SRA, satanic ritual abuses, they have been desecrated, digressed, and their DNA has been hacked, and they have been hexed. Okay, so that's what we're here bringing back to light, to the surface, and you know, understand that all is well. With the disclosure, very important to understand the agenda of those negative aliens, understand the exopolitics, understand the ascension mechanics. We are bringing, you know, very powerful tools for healing. So ancient healings, nothing new under the sun. Remember, here used to be extremely advanced civilizations, whether there was the timeline of Lemuria, timeline of Atlantis, and also timeline of ancient Egypt. But also remember that horrible things, of course, they were happening back then in the, the Lion Wars, Electric Wars, Thousand Years War, Nephilim Wars, Lemurian Holocaust, Atlantean Holocaust or Cataclysm, all this Luciferian rebellion Armageddon program happening 26 or 30,000 years ago. The Thousand War, that was million years ago. 5 million years ago, it was the Electric War, and 20 million years ago, the Larian Wars, victimizer program. So this is nothing new under the sun, but here we're also touching about the Luciferian covenant that happened 11,500 years ago, the anti-human and anti-Christ agenda for takeover of the planet from those negative aliens and its controllers, right? Those are the Luciferian forces, and with their Luciferian covenant, the Illuminati bloodlines, that's when it all started. 11,500 years ago, guys. So we need to this is the historical timeline trigger events. We need to really see all that, and that's why the Galactic Codex, you have to know your history, galactic, cosmic, earth history, right? You have to really know that, about the ascension. What is really ascension? What is really happening? The shift in consciousness. Even with the solar flares, there was the X-class solar flares. Why this is all happening? Because we're ascending. The cosmic energies are here. Gamma ray frequencies. We're in ascension. We are ascending through our inner heart. So loving ourselves, self-love, self-care, forgiveness, compassion. We cannot continue. War begets war, and we have to heal ourselves first in order to then be the true spiritual warriors, the defender of truth and divine justice, and so on. And so with the Galactic Codex, right, we all know your rights. You have the right to be free. You have the right to be happy. You have the right to express yourself, right? Like even with the the compromise with the Julian Assange. I mean, he is free, but the whole espionage thing that so there's lots of compromise. His health's been extremely compromised, and of course sometimes there are glitches. I sometimes that feels like, yeah, that's true, that's him, and then it feels, oh, this is maybe his clone or maybe his double. So it's just like when you read things energetically, and also behind the Donald Trump, right? Sometimes I see his energies being actually and what's the word for it? Their energies of actually the Ashtar, the Pleiadian energies. I can see it overlighted the Ashtar, the Galactics, right? The Ashtar Galactic Command. So when he's holding the Black Book Bible in his hand, right? These energies are not matching then with the soul of the Pleiadians, okay? So this is my disclosure, reading energies, okay? You have to read energies, the archetype on an archetype level, already on the 5D, 6D level. These energies are available, and the energies to embody your planetary logo, 7D, this is all available fully with full force, right? With this full disclosure. ET disclosure is imminent. You gotta understand the history, like I said, on all levels, with ETs, extraterrestrials, and we're dealing with negative aliens. And sometimes, the Illuminati, the Cabal, people are pointing fingers, they're on the bottom of the pyramid. Sometimes they're just puppets. They're drunk, they're on drugs. Some of them, they don't even know who they are, what they're doing, because what happened as children, infants, right? They've been abused, from their child since they were born. They don't know anything else. They don't know anything better. So understand that psychology. And plus, we have totally different psychology. Compare myself to some humanity. I'm so much better and deal with younger generations who are star seeds. Like, even though they have problems, for me it's like such a big relief to finally, oh my goodness, I can connect with somebody on either soul level or mental level, right? Because for me it was not easy to live here among humanity and among humans, and all this kind of 3D family, 3D relationship. It was traumatic for me, okay? And this ego and this jealousy and envy and the comparison and just all this physical stuff, materialism, consumerism, extremely dramatic to be here in the physical plane with humanity, and the way how some of humanity are behaving, and how they allowed lots of darkness into their lives and into the entire structure. So this is not like humanity versus Cabal, and we're here in one boat here in this one planet. We are one race, one heart, one planet. We're, here's this, we all come from that one source, even in this, different bodies and with different locations, maybe different background, right? Even me coming from Eastern Europe, right? I started understanding here maybe the corporations or people who own businesses, right? And how you have to smile, and it takes a while, right? The mental, the mentality is different coming from Eastern Europe here to the Western Hemisphere, right? And I guess from maybe more like communism here, like to capitalism, but it's all ism. It's all by the it's all artificially, it's artificial timelines, artificial platform. This whole ism and socialism, Bolshevism and totalitarianism and so on is nothing, or it's nothing to do with true reality, what life is really all about. So that's why you have to know your rights, the Galactic Codex, right? You can read that. Human rights, you can Google everything on Ascension glossary, right? And when you also, we're dealing with entities, we're dealing with discarnated spirits, we're dealing with lost souls here, and also the veterans that they've been extremely abused, right? So praying for the entire world, for the entire planet, invoking the violet flame, but healing ourselves first, raising the frequency vibration. That's how we're helping others, when we start connecting to souls or hearts of other human beings, or of the soul group that you belong to. I belong to a certain soul group, as we all of us. That's why you need to know your puzzle piece. What is your soul group? And the message that you came here to give to others, to your tribe, and to your soul family, your star family, right? This is all revealed and has to be recognized from within, doing the inner work. So very important to understand that. Also, what is leadership and what is tyranny, the cosmic leadership. Everything's on my website, yanakalai.com, with Yana-Yoga, right? The Ashtar Galactic Command, what that is. And what else do I have? The ending the sex misery in MC, and the Marine Corps. I have that as well. And what else I've been working on? So yeah, I'll be on Ko-Fi doing the what is the universal laws, right? The light shall set you free. The true mystica, the true esoterica, the true teachings of the ascended master, especially, right? The true secret societies like Madame Blavatsky, the theosophical societies, guys, you know? So this is the Holy Land, the land of gods, the Shangri-La, Shambhala. This is what, that's why one of the ashram, this is the ashram, the temples, the communities of the Essenes, right? How, and that was so pristine, beautiful, not, what is it, driving a white car, was it in Turkmenistan? They're so-called creating these kind of, it's a very, they're building these huge big cities. It's abandoned, there are not that many people, but I feel like, this is going to be those spaces for people that haven't really got to the core or what they truly are and what life is truly all about. So to me, the reptilians, the Anunnaki, and the Zetas, they're building so-called their cities for those humans, or for people who either they're not choosing ascension, or who just kind of just want to fool around. They don't care to expand their consciousness. So this is all happening, the bifurcation of consciousness. So please choose wisely. And it's pretty much all been decided. And I wish everyone good luck, on their journey of expansion consciousness, really understanding who they truly are. And lots of prayers, lots of meditation, but at the same time know that all is well, the kingdom of heaven is within. And this being responsible, that's how we are going to make the change, with the responsibility. Everything is counted for. And again, understand that the history and some of the races also they've been suffering. They know what it is to be digressed, like humanity's been here in a total tyranny in the prison planet, also being digressed. So there's nothing on the sun, right? So we have to also understand the other alien races, and so it's a complex operation, right? So you're really studying yourself, studying the material and so on, with the exposure and disclosure, right? That is happening, that the positive ET or positive AI, is versus the negative aliens, the negative AI, right? This what we are disclosing here on this channel, and this needs to be really understood as much as possible, so we can we can finally ascend and liberate ourselves from this 3D alien AI archon matrix. So many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time.